are live! So, thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited to go live today. I've got my two cameras. So YouTube's getting a slightly weird angle of my face right now. And Facebook's kind of nice and head on. So lucky you guys, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But today we are going to talk a little bit about getting back on track after a holiday, because Easter just happened on Sunday, and I know that it can be really, really hard to get right back into the groove of things, especially if maybe you took an Easter weekend of treats and things rather than, just the day of. So we're going to talk about a few things you can do to make it easier on yourself to just slide right back into on trackness and towards your goals. All right, so recovering from Easter weekend. I had lots of Cadbury eggs and some other treats. So for me, I definitely enjoyed my Easter. Hey Amy and Megan, awesome to see you guys here. I definitely enjoyed my Easter, and I hope you did too. And I hope that, that's you're not feeling any guilt or anything like that. So that's one of the things that I definitely wanted to address here. Feeling guilty after you have, some type of food that you wouldn't usually have, or you miss a workout because you were spending time with family or anything like that is so unnecessary, and it causes so much more negativity than it does you any good. It will never do you any good to guilt yourself, to beat yourself up about something that can't be changed. So if you had those treats, if you missed that workout, whatever it may be during this past weekend with the holiday, with family, with whatever, don't worry about it. The best thing we can do here is to go past it, move on, take it for what it was worth. Hopefully it was something super fun or super tasty that you ate. And yeah, you just move on. You enjoyed it, you had that time, and now it's just time to hop right back on track. So that's all you can do. You don't need to restrict yourself, starve yourself, over-exercise or anything like that. You just need to hop right back into your normal routine and on track with your goals. So no guilt, just hopping right back on track there. All right, if you can tell, I'm looking down at a list. I love having lists of things so I don't forget anything that I want to say for you guys. So no guilt is number one. I think that's probably the most important thing, just because our mindset plays such a big role in whether we keep going with our fitness goals or any goal, and whether we give up. So having that mindset and moving on is super key. This one is huge, and it's huge for me, so big for me, that I left most of my Easter treats in Columbia, South Carolina, and went back to Charlotte without them so that I would not eat them all week. Get rid of what's left over, whether it's, tons of Cadbury eggs, all those extra peeps or whatever. Give it to someone who doesn't have maybe the same goals as you do, or is going to do something with the candy or whatever it may be. Just don't have it sitting around, because I promise you, you have 1,000 times better chance of eating something off track if you know it's sitting in your cabinet, especially because with treats like this and Easter treats, it's probably something that you really, really like and that you don't have that often. And if you just know it's there, it wears on you. So I know it seems like a waste. That's why I say find someone else who maybe doesn't have the same goals as you and would take it. But don't just keep massive amounts of Easter treats laying around for the next 2 weeks. Well, for me, they wouldn't last 2 weeks. I eat them all in the first 3 days. So that's where this comes from. This is a personal experience here, and just from so many other people that I know. If it's there, you're so much likely to just keep eating it. Keep being like, okay, well, I'm just gonna have 3 Cadbury eggs after lunch, and then 2 before dinner, and then 10 after dinner, and then 1 before I go to bed. And so it's like, okay, get rid of it. If you don't want to eat it, don't keep it around. That is super key for moving past any kind of holiday treats and off-trackness that you may be having. All right, so next thing is to just get back into your normal schedule. I know that a lot of times we travel for holidays and things like that, and getting back home, you're like, I don't really feel like getting back into all those things I usually do, eating all those things I usually eat. It just doesn't seem as exciting. So the best thing that I can say to do is plan and get back in that schedule. Take, Sunday night or Monday night, whatever day it is that you have. It doesn't have to be those days. Whatever the day is that you have time right after getting back. Obviously, it's already Wednesday now. So take some time, plan out what you want to eat the rest of the week. It's going to be working you towards your goals. Plan out when you're getting those workouts in, or schedule them in, or whatever it may be, and just get yourself back on track. The hardest day to get back on track is that first day, is that day where you're transitioning from, oh, fun, family, Easter, candy, to, oh, veggies, getting my water in, making sure I sweat today. It's just that first day, there's gonna be the most resistance, so just push through it. Don't worry about feeling it or wanting to do it. Just make sure that you do it, because the first day getting back is the hardest, I promise. Good night. And yes, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't say your name, but like she says, you can't say, I've lost track anyway, so now I'm just gonna let the rest of the week go. That's super important to remember. It's never lost. You could have a, morning where you eat IHOP and donuts, but that doesn't mean that your afternoon has to be the same thing. You can always take a second, get back on track, get your workout in, eat something nourishing for lunch and dinner, all that stuff. So just because you had maybe a treat on Monday, I know that I had something I found in my book bag, another Kit Kat that I had left over. So I ate it on Monday, and I could have been like, well, you know what, now I'm just gonna go eat Froyo, and I'm gonna go eat a donut, and I'm just gonna keep this sugar thing going. But I did not. I got back right on track, because that's all you've got to do. You're never ruining it. It's what you do most of the time that's going to get you to your goals, that's going to get you where you want to go, and it's going to create your results. So if most of the time you are eating, Cadbury eggs, I love the Cadbury mini eggs and they're just on my mind, then yeah, you're probably going to create results that reflect that. But if you have them on Easter and then just, happen to have them again on Monday because you haven't gotten rid of them yet, it's not a big deal. It's okay. What you do those few times a year when you're either celebrating or having that treat is not a big deal. It's what you do most of the time that matters. All right, let's see what Sarge says. You try to buy several healthy meal ingredients when you purchase your holiday food. Exactly. So that's something that I really, really love. So yes, I had my treats on Easter and I had my Easter dinner, but earlier in the day, I definitely tried to eat a little bit better. So if I know, that's something that's super important. If I know that I'm going to have that holiday later in the week, I definitely try to ensure that I stay on track a little bit more during the beginning of the week, or, am prepared that later that is coming. Because, you know when you're gonna go and, see family or have a holiday or whatever, and you're just probably not gonna be on your finest eating and things. So we have the chance beforehand to do our best to stay on track there. And then when we get back, of course, hopping right back on track as well. So super, super important there. And that's really all that I had to talk about today. I just had 4 little points to help you get back on track with Easter and all of the wonderfulness that is getting back on track after a holiday. So some things that I really like to do are make sure I'm getting lots of veggies in afterwards, because I probably missed a meal or 2 of veggies over the long weekend or whatever. Make sure I'm drinking lots of water. Make sure that I'm getting lots of healthy fats and proteins. So really just evaluating your diet. And when I say diet, I just mean your pattern of eating, and making sure you're really nourishing your body, getting all those nutrients that you need in. It's really super simple. You don't have to do anything crazy. So thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any questions, I can answer them in the sidebar. If not, thank you for all of you guys that commented. You guys are amazing and wonderful. And I'm so glad that you're here. I see that my mom's here. Hello. And yeah, yes, you finally caught me on Facebook. Woo! I'm not on here nearly as much as Instagram, which I'm actually going live on Instagram in 20 minutes. So yay! I go live on there. It's much easier. Lots of Q&A, fun things like that. But yeah, I hope something here helped. If it did, if you're watching this later, definitely leave a comment, let me know, or leave what you like to do after a holiday or things like that. It's super helpful, I think, for other people to see, you know, what other people do and stuff like that. All right, let's see what Alessandra says. Hello. You're sad that you live so far away, but thank you for the exercises and tips. It's really fun to follow. Oh, yay! Thank you so much. I'm super glad, super glad that you think it's fun to follow and I can help make it fun. Oh my gosh, it's so much later there. Or wait, yes, okay, it's 10 p.m. there. Yes, it's 4:41 here, so that's crazy, your 5 hours difference. But it's awesome to see you. I'm glad you're on this live. And I'm glad it was helpful. All right, awesome guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna go ahead and go so I can get a snack before I go on Instagram Live. Today is my day of lives and videos and fun things like that. So getting it in, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.